I want to show you how to use Canva to customize a template for Amazon KDP. I know you probably think I'm full of it. Let me show you. By the way, if you don't know, I'm Sam from Sam Makes Money, where I try out viral tips and tricks and see if you can actually build a passive income empire from them. I focused a lot of my energy on Amazon KDP, so let's jump in and I'll show you what I'm doing. My kid loves unicorns and has been begging me to make something with unicorns, so let's go see what we can find. All right, so our first step is going to be popping over to Publisher Rocket to Unicorn Activity Book. Up and you're like, two things. You click this really cool little button over here and it gives you the comparisons. Green, that means there's low competition. $821, who wouldn't want to make that much a month? It ages 6 to 8, and then 208 searches a month, and there's 1,500 searches for an actual unicorn activity book. You can always click more info, go to advanced search, and it like pulls up all these other related terms. Here's some coloring books. This one's we already pulled up. Tons of searches, but also high competition. So I think that this is the one that we're going to concentrate on, Unicorn Activity Book. Let's pop over to Creative Fabrica. So here we'll type in Unicorn Activity Book, and we click enter. So, a unicorn activity book, all kinds of stuff comes up, kinds of different things. There's even some spooky unicorns. The choices are endless. So here's a 120-page activity book. It's pre-made. Here's some more coloring books, coloring pages, another activity book, coloring pages, how to draw activity book. So you can see there's a lot of different things to choose from. So we're just going to choose one of these and get started. This one looks like it has some consistency. It has a bunch of different pages and styles, but you can see most of them are more like cutesy, which is good. You want consistency. It makes it look more professional. So all you do is click download. Obviously you have to have a Creative Fabrica membership to download these if you want to. There's a link. We're going to go with PNGs because I want to use them in Canva. So we're going to pop over to Canva and we're going to type in whatever dimensions you want to make your book. Make sure you swap it over to inches. Most kid activity books are 8.5 by 11. It is entirely up to you what you choose. Importing some of the PNGs because that's how I'm going to do it in Canva. You can also do it with a PDF. They now let you edit PDFs. In Canva, and we'll do that for a journal later. But the Unicorn Activity Book is one that seems like it's going to do well because it has good rankings, and journals can be a little bit trickier. So you're going to go through here and pick out whatever pictures you want to include. You don't necessarily need to include all of them. I'm going to show you how to make it look uniform for your particular product by switching around some fonts. So I'm going to add in all of those drawing pages. First page, I'll get back to the title page later, but right now I'm just going to work on the interior. Then you're like, I hate this font and I want to make it look like my own. I want to change this. How do I do that? There's two different ways you can do that. Some of them you can go in and change by editing the image and erasing. You can also just add a rectangle that's white to cover up all of this. You can also, if you decide you don't want to do that, you can take it and just crop it down in Canva and cover the parts you don't like. You're like, oh no, it gets rid of the frame. We can always add that back later, don't worry. So now you have a easily brandable image that you can add your own little text pieces to all around here. You just tap T on board. And if it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, go up here, you drag it to fit the space. Like, I don't want that font. I want something fun. So let's see. Okay, this is one that I have. Not everyone have access to this because I paid for it and downloaded it in here. But this is another one that I have that it's called Beyond the Rainbow. I think it's available on Creative Fabrica. If not, it's also on Creative Marketplace. Anyway, so you can make them smaller, and if you want to easily figure out how to get the spacing, you can just click this really cool letter spacing tool and it'll work to space out your letters just right so that they line up with your columns. Looks like I need to do it a little bit more. Sometimes you might have to adjust it around a little bit. Oh, no, that looks weird. Anyway, so you play with that and get it to work for what you want. You can also make them a little bit smaller. There, that works better. And then I want to do the same down the side. So I can duplicate this and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, 7, 8, 9. Still did it. Okay. And then you'll go and drop these down over here, shrink them up so that they fit and they're spaced right. You're like, oh no, how do I fix this again? And go to line spacing, just make it smaller or bigger as needed. And there. So now you have your branded, and then you select them all and you click group. It's better if you have them centered, and you need to group these to help them get centered on the page, because you always want to try to have stuff centered on the page. And you can drag it down. If you want to add how to draw a unicorn up top here, just like you had, you're going to just add your text. Oops. Drag up here. Learn to draw a unicorn. So we'll make it bigger. Generally, activity books are not printed in color unless you want to pay more for them on Amazon, and you're not going to be as competitive if you do color because the price will be higher. So it's better if you can do them in black and white. So don't worry about adding color here. If you want to add some small instructions underneath, just remember, don't do any fonts smaller than 8 or 10, because this is geared towards younger kids, so you don't want to make the font too small. So that's it. Now you're going to work on this with all of the different pages. The mazes you can do the same thing with. Just either crop them or cover them up with a rectangle and then add your own text. And then we'll work on a cover next. Why didn't you tell me I had stuff in my teeth? Ugh. Anyway, that's how we do interior pages. And next we will work on the cover and then putting it all together for KDP. See you next time.